Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to an Everyday Inspiration layout. This is the series that Crystal, Daisy, Dolly, Lisa, Jen, and myself partake in on the 15th of every month. And the whole point is that we share a photo from our everyday lives and use that to inspire us to create a layout. I was up this month and so I chose a photo taken in March when I got to go for the first kind of official walk of the season down our blueberry patch. When it's winter, it's muddy and yucky and yeah, you're not making it down. But it was sunny out and so I took my little bear and we went for a walk and he made it the whole way. It's about a mile walk there and back and he did awesome. So it was really fun and I just took a photo of my muddy shoes to kind of prove just how muddy it really was. So that idea kind of linked me to the idea of sand, which linked me to these photos of this really cool sandcastle we saw on our vacation. Normally they do a really cool like sandcastle event where a bunch of people come and build these really cool sandcastles all over the place. But of course last year was COVID. So that didn't happen and they just had this really cool one in the courtyard of our hotel so we could see it. There was this 1+1 of Bigfoot. That's a big theme at Harrison because it's in the middle of the mountains and stuff. But that one was a little weird. I didn't really love that sandcastle, so I'm not sharing that one. Instead, I'm just sharing the actual one and Miss Nora in front of it because she thought it was a princess castle. So she loved it. And she was just so cute. And that's what it is. That's why there's flowers. I did use a cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict and I sprayed it with the very last of my gold Heidi Shine or Color Shine, whatever you want to call it. The very last of it. I have no more. So now I have to find an alternative. I do use the Shimmers Glorious Days, but I'm also out of that. So I'm really going to have to find something for some gold now. But I loved it. I thought the idea of having it be gold because you knew it would be subtle. So it's sparkly, but it's still kind of got that sand vibe to it, which I really loved, which made me decide to go ahead and do that. And then, of course, I'm going to cover most of it up because that's just what we do. I added a couple florals. I am also going to go ahead and stitch around the castle. I wanted something there. Now, I'll be honest, it's very hard to see. It's one of those details with this one that you need to look very closely to see that I stitched it. I love those little details. They're actually some of my favorites are the things that you have to actually look at a layout. You can't just glance at it and be like, oh, that's really cute. You have to look deep at the layout to see those little elements. Those are my favorite. So I do try to include them myself every once in a while. And I went ahead and did that with the stitching. I'm going to just title this Sandcastle Art. Pretty basic title, but that's what it was. And then my journaling, like I said, we'll just talk about, we were walking out to, I think we were on our way to go get dinner. This was in the evening. And yeah, Nora just saw this and she's like, Mommy, it's a castle, it's a castle. And she loved it. She stood there and watched it for a little bit and just was looking at all the different places and where the princess could be and where her house could be. It was so cute. So definitely caught the photo of that for her. And I am using that gorgeous pattern paper there. Now I have been saving this one. I used because you get 2 sheets of each one in the paper pad. I used the first one for an actual Christmas layout that had nothing to do with this vacation. And so I've kind of been hoarding this one and I am down to my last couple layouts for this trip. And so I pulled it out and used it on Nora because it's so pretty and it just fits her so well. And I loved how it just it was just a nice background for everything. So I really loved how that turned out. And then I don't know if you saw it at the beginning, but I did do Jackie and I call it the daisy technique, where you take the cut file, the outside, the part that you normally throw away, and you spray with a mist or something so that there's kind of an outline of what the cut file is, and then you place your cut file back on top of it. So I did that as well, but I off-centered my actual cut file, so it's kind of like it's a shadow. So that's where that came from. I'm going to add the border, and I did sacrifice that gorgeous purple paper. It's so pretty. I sacrificed it to use as a border because I felt like it worked. And like I said, I'm almost done with this vacation and I'm at my last little bit. So I just need to use stuff up and not worry about trying to save it. I don't know why I do that even when I'm trying to use stuff up. It's a really weird habit, but I do. And then the theme of this one is florals and hearts, because I did have a couple more hearts and they were all kind of that pinky orangey color, which fit in perfectly. And I'm just really happy with the way that it all turns out. The final thing I'm going to do is add in the scenic route. Again, that was kind of an afterthought, just trying to get it used up. But we did kind of go on a different, like in my journaling, it will talk about how we weren't really sure what we were doing for dinner. And so we kind of walked through the courtyard, and then you can walk outside onto the street instead of going through the hotel lobby. So we went kind of the scenic route to find dinner. So that's kind of why I added that. I'm also going to decide in the very end, and it just kind of shows you what I'm going to do, and then you're going to see the finished layout, is I'm going to do corner stitching, backhand stitching, just like I did around the cut file. So that's brought in as well. I'm now obsessed with this technique where you just kind of stitch the corners with a color and bring it all together. So I'm sure you're going to see that a lot from me because I'm obsessed with it right now. And that just about wraps up this layout. So please make sure you head on over and see what everyone else is doing today. I'm not sure that everyone was able to participate this month. It's been a crazy month, so there might be a couple lovelies out, but I know Crystal's is up, and I'm pretty sure Jen and Dolly planned on participating. So they will be available. If they are, I'll have the links below. And thanks so much for watching. We'll be back next month with another video being inspired by one of our photos. I'm excited. I don't actually know what it is yet. Normally we try to plan a little bit ahead, but I have no clue. I don't even know whose turn it is. So I love it. I love being inspired by things from our everyday lives. So thanks so much for watching. And here's a look at my finished layout. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.